I have been thinking about all the abuse my cousin Kimmy and I have both endured throughout the years. Me from my younger sister Heather, and her from her older brother Michael. And I got to thinking, there has been recorded abuse in the family before. Grandma from her sister Myrtle Daniels, or Myrtle Kane rather, not Daniels. And Grandma Ray from Great Grandpa Ginter, her father. Which was why Grandpa Ray rescued her. It's got me thinking there's a definite abuse gene being handed down through the years. I had heard stories that Grandpa Daniels was abusive as well. And unfortunately, me and my Uncle Ted too. I don't know. I've heard stories too. I have heard there is an inherited abuse gene. My dad wasn't, both my parents weren't exactly complete angels either. Mom, I never knew whether I would come home to the good mother or the raging monster. I believe she was undiagnosed bipolar. Dad, when he was goaded by my mom or my sister, yeah, things would get bad. Like when he sat on me and injured my back to spank me. Which, yes, Heather touched on that in one of her videos and claimed it was my fault he sat on me. Yes, a 300-pound man sitting on a 14-year-old girl's back. And Heather claimed it was okay. It's never okay to sit on a child's back, especially when you're that big of a person. Dad was 6'1" or 6'3", one or the other. I can't remember now. And he weighed 300 pounds. He even said it one time on stage to our director, Judy, when she told him that he was supposed to get inside the stage puppet of Audrey 2 when we were doing dress rehearsal for Little Shop of Horrors. He had gotten half in, half out of the plant, kind of shook his tush, expected the curtains to go and the stage to darken. She yells up there, "Dick, you're supposed to get inside the plant." He gets out, hands on hips, and goes, "You expect a 300-pound man to get inside a puppet?" One of my favorite memories. Because he had us all laughing. But, yeah, a 300-pound man sitting on a 14-year-old girl. Is it any wonder I have spinal stenosis now? So, given all this family abuse, and the family abuse my cousin Michael is still heaping on my cousin Kimmy, I have 26 messages that were texted to her just the other day. They were pretty vicious. And he actually got her blocked from Facebook for 7 days for letting the family see his abuse of her. Accusing her of causing their mother, my cousin Brenda's, heart attack because she was cleaning out Aunt Doris and Uncle Wimp's house. rubbing it into her face that she lost her kids. Years after, even after her kids are starting to come home. Calling her a crack whore. And she's been clean for 7 years. She didn't even get on it until after her kids were taken. And she was TPR'd. This is what I've been talking about. People getting on drugs because their kids are taken. Getting on drugs and getting on alcohol out of desperation and desolation because of our government. It's what I've been talking about all along. And yes, it has hit my family. And now I find out that my cousin Michael has been using it to hurt his sister. Not okay. Not okay. Not okay at all. This is the kind of thing my sister would do to me. In fact, she called me an alcoholic for having 1 beer in 1 year. Yeah. But it's okay for her to go out to bars every weekend, which she admitted on camera. And to be honest, I've never been to a bar in my life. Well, except to deliver newspapers. I had 3 bars on my paper route. There was the VFW, Pasanelli's, and Babes. I had to deliver my papers into the bars there. I didn't sit and have drinks. Although Heather will say I did. Heather will scream and shout all she wants. Misty did underage drinking while she was carrying her newspapers. No, I didn't. The only drink I got on my paper route was a Coke at Emilio's grocery. Yes, names like Pasanelli, Emilio's, stuff like that. Yes, I lived in a highly Italian neighborhood. Oh, God. I miss those days. I don't miss it because of how I was treated in my family. But I miss the friends I had on my paper route. I spent a lot of time with my friends I made along the paper route. They became my extended family. Italians often do. I had places to go if I needed to. And I knew it. And I often did. I didn't spread what was going on in the household, so no one really knew what was going on. But I think people suspected because I was often sad and depressed. I often had bruises. I often had wounds. So I think people knew things were going on. But back in those days, you didn't say anything. It is what it is. I tried to break the abuse cycle with my kids, but I married wrong. I married very wrong. And I will be the first to admit it. If I could have a time machine, I would go back to my 20-year-old self, scream at her, run away. I would grab her by the hair, yank her away from Lamont, and tell her, get the fuck away from him. He will only ruin your life. You can find a better father for your kids. But what's done is done. But yeah, I think there is a family gene for cruelty. I really do.